Well, it's the next day, and I wanted to show you how this turned out. Remember, if you watched my previous episode, you'll have seen how I painted that door. I've got 2 coats of paint on there, and I ran and installed the paint with a 4-inch mini roller. This was my little roller that I used. That right there on a little 4-inch frame. Where's my 4-inch frame? Oh, here it is. See there? Doesn't cost that much to do that. And my extension pole was my broom handle. Right there. Look how nice this went. I think you can see how nice and smooth and even my strokes were on the mini roller. And I installed the doors. I put screws on, 2.5-inch screws, held the door up off the ground with the screws. That was a heavy door, and I'm glad I sanded in between coats, so just a light sand. And there, now I can flip that door over. I've got all day to get this going. And this door here, I painted yesterday. Got it all done. It's all nice and dry. I only had to put 1 coat on there, and I'll install that today. But this door here, after I flip it around, I'm going to put 2 coats on. I've got to prep the door, sand it, clean it, do all the stuff that I showed you before what to do on this door. I don't know on this side of the door, and I'm not sure how much of the video of any more video painting I'm going to show on this door. I might show a couple little spots. I don't know. But anywho, I'll get that all done today, and I'll let it dry overnight, because before I reinstall this door, this door goes right here between the garage and the condo. And this door, let me tell you, it's heavy. It's 1.75 inches. It's an 1.75 inch solid core door, and it had the 20-minute label on it. And yes, I put a piece of masking tape over that and cut it around there. And I've got to do that to the frame too when I get ready to paint this frame, because yes, I've got to paint this whole frame today. I've already sanded it and got it ready. I got to put a little piece of masking tape over that, do a little caulking on that. But I'll do that as this door's drying between coats and after the second coat and stuff like that. But then I'll let this door, after I get the 2 coats done on the other side of the door, I'm going to let it set all night again and leave the car out, leave the door off. It's just going to be off like this. We're in the middle of the summer. It's fine. We've got it all locked up, and I've got a cat in here. She comes in here, and so after I get done painting this, I got to make sure until the paint dries in my little paint tray to put this little cover over it, so she doesn't step in it and traipse it all over the place. And then she's fine out here. I don't care if she's out here or not. And the reason why I'm going to let it set all night is because I want it to cure properly. I don't want to get my fingers on there as I'm moving the door around. And as I install the hinges on here, I don't want any little bits of paint on the hinges. If you have any paint droppings on here on the side or on here when I paint this edge of the door, if you get anything on here, you want to let that all dry before you start reinstalling things. And the doorknobs, the door handles, the deadbolt, I'm gonna after I put the door back in, I'm gonna leave those off probably for a few extra days, because if you put your door handle on here and your deadbolt and you tighten it up, you could have this paint wanting to stick, even though it's dry to the touch. You want to let this cure a little bit, because this is semi-gloss paint, and if it feels dry, but if you suck something up onto it, like your door, like your hinges, like your handles, you could have a tendency of the paint reacting underneath this and sticking your handles. So next time you get ready to pull your handles off, you're like, you take the screws off and you're like, how come they're not coming off? And then you try to pop it open, and maybe it rips your paint down below or something like that. Or when you're trying to take your hinges off, later on, you try to pull the hinge off and hit it with your hammer, and it rips a little piece of wood down here. That's because these might have some paint on it and they weren't cured before whoever installed the door put the hinges back on. So I'm going to let this set an extra day when I get done painting today on it, just to keep that from happening. If I had it my way, I'd let it set in here for a couple days, and I might, who knows, I might do that. Okay, so that's my project today. Keep watching, and when I need to show you something today, I will. Yeah, I'm back, and I'm glad you're continuing to watch this video segment. I mean, I never know what I'm going to show next or talk about next. I just turn on the video whenever I feel needed, and then I tell you more. Okay, I have not done anything with this door other than I just sanded it lightly around every place where I touched up, and even where the grooves were. Remember, I tapered out the paint with the paintbrush, so I lightly sanded around that, and then I gave the whole door a once over and then wiped it all down. Well, yes, I'm getting ready to get into the paint, and do you know what the first thing I'm going to do when I start painting this door? Think about it. What would you do first? Well, first thing I got to do is I got to paint these edges. This door edge here and the door edge over here. And I'll do that with my mini roller, and I'll show you how to do that. And I don't normally paint that edge until I get done with one side of the door, then flip it over after it's dry. Then before I do the face of this, I'm going to do these edges, and I'm only going to do probably one coat on the edges, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Okay, keep watching.